really worried throwing this in the washing machine that it's just going to start to unravel. Shein is a clothing company that I see ads for all the time. And being someone who does most of their clothing shopping online from home, I've grown pretty curious about this brand over the past few months. Did you know that the Shein mobile app is the #1 most downloaded app in the entire world for online shopping? I didn't know that. And even though they're not yet a publicly traded company, they're already valued at over $15 billion. So clearly, they're doing something right here. And in all honesty, as a consumer, I'm pretty attracted to their website. They offer a very diverse catalog of men's clothing, and it's quite different from a lot of the cookie-cutter fashions that I'm used to from most of our big brand retailers. But there's one thing here that is sketching me out a little bit, and that's their online reviews from Trustpilot.com. Shein has over 40,000 reviews on Trustpilot.com and only a 2.4-star average rating. Now, normally, that would be enough of a red flag to keep me far away from this company. But because their clothing items are so unique, I want to take a chance on them. With a $55 budget, I'm going to select a few items of clothing, add them to my shopping cart, make a purchase, and try them on in front of the camera once they arrive. And I'm inviting you along for the journey. Afterwards, I'll give a fair and honest review of Shein on a scale from 1 to 5 based off of what Trustpilot has. So let's see what I'll find. To speed up the process, I've gone ahead and added 3 items to my shopping cart. My first item I chose is called the Men Floral Embroidered Button-Through Shirt. So I'm going to order this one, it's $13. The second item I chose is called the Men Contrast Binding PJ Set. This is a little bit more expensive than the first item at $22.67. The last item I chose was another shirt. It's called the Men Colorblock Button Front Shirt. This item is $18.72, putting my grand total at $55.19. So yes, technically I'm a little over budget, but because it's cents and not dollars, I'm not too worried. And my estimated date of arrival is within 8 to 10 business days, so not bad. I'll see you all when my package arrives, and we'll try these on and see how they look. Did you like the clothing items that I picked out? I'm curious to know what your reactions were, so leave a comment below. Now it's time for me to give you my fair, unbiased, and honest review of Shein, and full disclosure, this is not a sponsored video. First, I'm going to rate my overall experiences with ordering and delivery. I'm going to give this part of my review a 3 out of 5-star rating. The ordering process was very smooth, very straightforward, user-friendly. My issue was with delivery and shipping. My package arrived with On Track. For this package delivery, the mailman or the delivery person arrived at my apartment at 1:45 to midnight on a weeknight. So I ignored the call box because I was not anticipating delivery at, around midnight. And the next morning I went out to walk my dog and I noticed a package from Shein outside of the apartment building off to the side. I live in Los Angeles, it could have easily been stolen. And I'm not just the only one that feels this way about On Track. I did some research on Trustpilot. They have a 1.4 out of 5-star review, and there are endless complaints from customers who never even received their items. And my speculation here is a lot of them were probably stolen. The second part of this review is my overall visual expectation. In other words, did the clothing items I purchased match the images and descriptions online? I'm actually going to give this part of the review a 4 out of 5-star rating. I was pleasantly surprised to find that all the items I purchased really did match the images and descriptions from the online catalog. Each item really did look almost identical to the images that I'm showing you right now. Now, my least favorite items were by far the PJs. I just didn't really like the overall aesthetic of them, but despite that, they really did look a lot like the images from online. I know the video camera didn't pick up on the shorts, so I do have some additional footage that I took with my smartphone that I'll show you right now. My favorite item was definitely the Colorblock shirt. I really loved the vintage design and just the overall pattern of the shirt, and it paired really nicely if you saw with an old bowler hat that I was able to find in my closet. The embroidery on the long sleeve black shirt was also very nice. I really liked it. I liked the detail. There were a few loose threads that I did trim up, but overall it was really nice. The issue I had with that shirt was that the fabric was paper thin, which brings me to my biggest issue and the last part of my review, the overall clothing quality of Shein. I'm sad to say that for this part of my review, I'm going to go as low as a 2 out of a 5. So the minute I unwrapped and tried on the Colorblock shirt, a button immediately fell off, which did not leave a very great first impression for Shein in terms of the quality of their clothing. I do sew, I know how to sew a button, but that's just time that I didn't want to have to spend mending something that should already be in great quality. Now, I do want to talk briefly about the actual overall construction of these clothing items, and to do this, I'm just going to show you with the Colorblock shirt. And I just noticed some kind of rookie mistakes, if you will, on this item specifically. For one, they are using a contrasting thread color instead of a thread color to match the shirt. And what I mean by that is where you see the binding, I don't know if the camera's gonna really pick this up, and I did take a photo, but you can see black stitching coming through here. It's just, it looks unfinished and it looks unprofessional. And then on the inside of it, we have the serge stitching, of course, which is holding the garment together. But one thing that I really don't like is when the actual shirt rests on my collar, part of the inside is exposed, and it's exposing all of this black stitching. It just looks unprofessional and unfinished. So now it's time for us to tally up my scores so I can give you my final review of Shein. So I broke my review into 3 parts. First, we had ordering and delivery. I gave that a 3 out of 5. Second, we had visual expectations. I gave that a 4 out of 5. And last but not least, clothing quality. I gave that a 2 out of 5, which brings our average to a 3 out of 5 star rating for Shein, grading them as just average. Now, the big question here is, would I buy from them again? And my answer is maybe. I definitely would not purchase anything for full price. I do not think that the quality is merited with the price that they are asking for a lot of their items, but I would be willing to pay, let's say, half or even a third of the price, especially if it's a clearance item. Now, I do like Shein, don't get me wrong, I like what they're doing, but until they improve their clothing quality, I don't really see this being a practical place to buy a lot of your clothing from. With that, I'm going to wrap up this video. I had a lot of fun making it. If you enjoyed my review, please be sure to subscribe. I have a lot of new content coming soon. I just started my channel back up and I'm really excited to get it going again. Thank you for watching today. I hope you have a great day and I will see you next time with my next video.